Salutations, my crustaceans! Welcome to a revitalized series called SimpleCraft, where I teach you how to make beautiful looking builds using simple tricks. Let's build a graveyard. So, obviously the first thing you're going to need for a graveyard, some graves. Let me show you how to make a couple of easy graves. So, I'm going to show you small ones first. This is the very first one that you can do. Super simple, super cheap. Boom. Of course, the next thing you want to do is break out the 2 in front of it and place it with anything as like coarse dirt, podzol, rooted dirt, anything like that to create the burial site. Put your used anvils to work and create a little tiny cross. You could even just do a small one like that. And then if you want to do a little bit bigger of one, you could do one like this. And if it's too wide, I recommend 3 long. Now, one detail I think looks kind of cool is to place moss next to it like this. It kind of makes everything seem a little bit more sunken in and just gives it kind of a pop of detail. Now, of course, what gravesite is complete without flowers? Let's put our flowers in here. And there's some small gravestones for you. All right, so we'll move on to some bigger gravestones. These ones are going to be fairly simple as well. Like I said, with this, everything is super simple. Get it up here, and if you want, you can even place some signs on and add a little message. And then same as always, just gonna, in a random pattern, add down some of our coarse dirt and podzols, and then slap some of them flowers on there. You can also add the moss carpets next to these. You could bone meal. You can really do whatever you want. Let's do our next one, and probably one of my favorite graves that I made. This one is going to be the cross. So you're gonna start off kind of like this, and then you're just gonna add these on top facing like so. That way you have this small little cross. It's nothing too giant, but it gets the job done and looks really great. Slap down some flowers, press F for respect, and you have a couple of graves. So once you've gotten these graves in a somewhat decent pattern that you like, I recommend going through and adding just a simple path. I'm not going to do anything too crazy for this. You can obviously do a much cooler path than this, but I like to just make random pathing going along like that. Now you could throw in some coarse dirt, some cobblestone, what have you. Just be careful not to blend it in with the patch like this. Let me just throw in some cobblestone actually. So once you have your pathing in, we can just come through with some bone meal behind, and we will add in just a little bit of foliage like so. Just do it a couple times. You don't want to go too heavy on the front because that's where people will be walking anyway. So we'll go in behind them like this. And slapping down some of those moss carpets up front just kind of gives it a bit more of that texture without it being overwhelming. Well, now that we've got our graveyard set up, we need something to surround the graveyard. But fences are just too boring. So we can create better looking fences just by using regular fences and some candles. So now we have these little spikes going across the top, and I think they make a perfect surrounding to a graveyard. Now you've got a couple different options. You've got your spruce and your brown. You've got nether brick or dark oak and your black candles. Those look really good together. You've got your birch and your regular candles, not white. White don't look good. The regular candles look better. You can also do stone walls and gray candles, and that will add as well. Now, if you really don't like the candles, but you want the wall, and you want to do a brick wall, you can put pots on top of the brick wall to give a similar effect, but it's a little bit thicker to match the wall. But we're just going to stick with these candle walls. And so we're just going to go around this whole thing with our nether brick fence, and then add candles to the top of them. And there we have it, guys. With just a couple of simple tricks, we can create a graveyard that looks really, really nice. And it's really not hard, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you learned something, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more of these. But until next time, y'all, I'll see you later. Bye-bye!